So you've already passed the Camrt exam and is excited to work as a radiologic technologist in Canada, but you have no idea what's next, what pathway you should choose from, and where you should go. Well, this part 2 of what happens after passing the Camrt exam might be the answer that you've been looking for. This is only a short video, so I hope you watch and finish it to the end because I noticed that some of the questions that have been asked from me are already in my videos, and so if I don't answer your question, then it means it has already been tackled in one of my videos. This video could be the one you're looking for if you aim to become a permanent resident here in Canada, and this pathway is called the Provincial Nominee Pathway, or what others called PNP. Hi guys, it's me again, your international radiographer. I make videos for those Rad-Techs or healthcare workers who are interested in immigrating here in Canada and wants to work as a radiographer. I am not an agency. I'm just here to share my knowledge. If you're not a radiographer too, then you're still welcome in my page because you'll learn what's life here in Canada without any sugarcoating. Okay, so another way of entering Canada is through a nominee from a province. What does this mean? It means that the province will nominate you because either you have the skills, education, and work experience that will help contribute to their economy. When they do this, you will be awarded of 600 points that you can use to add in your express entry profile points. That is, if you have one already, thus gain a score of more than 1,000 points, for example, enough for you to be able to be nominated for permanent residency. Apart from the skills, education, and work experience, the provincial nominee program is also for those people who wants to live in the province that chose them and obviously wants to be permanent resident eventually. Also, remember that each provinces have its own streams, policies, and requirements, and so they may focus and put emphasis on students or skilled workers or semi-skilled workers and etc. You get the gist here. Why do some people opt for this pathway? It is because most of us are unable to get the CRS ranking score and does not get an invitation. In fact, back then for me, my CRS score was only 350-ish or something, even when I had already included my Camrt license, and the score that I needed back then to have to be nominated was 500-ish something. So you see, the only option I had back then was to get a nomination so I can get an additional 600 points, which I have then gotten eventually. Now, as of today's recording, which is April 24, 2024, the lowest CRS score you needed to be invited is 410 as per the results of the round of invitations, and this is even for those with French language proficiency already, so if your score is below that, then you won't be nominated. As for the healthcare occupations draw that was done on February 14, 2024, the lowest CRS score that was invited was 422. This is the importance of getting a nomination from a province. Now, how do you get nominated by them? Well, the easiest that I know is when you make an express entry profile, and in there, you choose the province that you're interested in and just wait for them to nominate you. The waiting depends on how in demand your profession is. So some people waited for a few months only, while others waited for years. And because many people waited for years, some pursue the student pathway just like us to achieve our goals. If you're interested to know how a student pathway is done, click the link above. Moving on in this video, if you choose the provincial nominee pathway, know that you can either create an express entry profile or choose the express entry pathway. If you choose the express entry profile, which we also had back then, make sure you're eligible in one of the 3 programs managed through express entry, and they're either the Federal Skilled Worker or FSW, Federal Skilled Trades or FST, or the Canadian Experience Class or CEC. In addition, make sure also you qualify on the requirements that the province needs. To know more about the Federal Skilled Worker Program and the Canadian Experience Class, click the link above again. Once you are sure that you have all the requirements for both, the next step is to get a nomination. The notification of interest is either sent to you by the province and you can contact them and apply for a nomination, or you can contact the province or territory directly and apply for nomination. Either way, you will then update your express entry profile and award you the additional 600 points that will help you get invited for permanent residency. The last step, of course, is to apply for permanent residency now. What happens if you don't have an express entry profile? So some people doesn't have an express entry because either they can't create for whatever reason, or their score isn't that high, or they don't have an IELTS. Then they choose the non-express entry option. However, you make sure that you qualify for the provincial nominee program of the province or territory you want to live. So if your interested province has the option of non-express entry, then you can choose this one instead. The next step for you on this is to get a nomination from them, and for them to nominate you, they will check your application based on their immigration needs, whether you meet their requirements for non-express entry, or whether you have planned to live there and apply for permanent residency. I have not tried the non-express entry, but I think there is less work done on this because you only have this option, unlike the other one that it still requires you to have the express entry profile. They also have an instruction guide on how this is done too, to help you with the process along the way. So I hope you've watched the whole video and learned something from it again. I know it looks confusing, but once you start reading and watching videos like this, everything will make sense. On my next video, I'll talk about the Provincial Nominee Program British Columbia, so you have an idea what are the streams they have and how it is done too. I'll try to make a video of Alberta stream too in the future, as I've noticed that many people have watched my video of how to become a Rad-Tech there, so maybe that will help too. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment if you find this video helpful. Thanks for supporting. Paalam!